What is up, people, and welcome. It's Kage. This is just a little rant video of why didn't Square Enix remaster Crisis Core. For those who don't know, Crisis Core was the prequel to Final Fantasy VII, and you play as Zack, the one who had the Buster Sword before Cloud. Now, I do not know why Square Enix did not remaster this game. Honestly, they should have had a remaster plan to come out maybe 3 to 4 months in advance, before Final Fantasy VII Remake, to just set up the story nicely. At the end of Crisis Core, and this is not spoilers, it says the story will continue in Final Fantasy VII. Now they could have just fixed that up with the remaster and kind of just put Final Fantasy VII Remake, because they even said that they wanted to make the game a little bit more in line with Crisis Core. Also, the Final Fantasy Advent Children movie they want to set things up a little bit to go more in line with the Crisis Core game. One of the things that bothered me that Final Fantasy Type O was able to get a remaster for the PlayStation 4, but Crisis Core can't. And Crisis Core is a better game, and I'm 100% sure it would sell more copies. And don't get me wrong, this is not me saying that Type O shouldn't have been remastered or it's a bad game. The game is very horrible. It's nothing like that. What I'm saying is, if Type O can get a remastered, why can't we get a remaster for Crisis Core? Because Crisis Core is a better game. That's all I'm saying. It's a better game, and I'm sure it would make more money. And I know people might say, Kage, you can't technically say it's a better game. Generally, I can, because in my opinion, and others agree with me. If you don't believe me, check Metacritic. I know some people might say, well, you can't trust Metacritic because they put negative scores on games. That only really counts for exclusives and mainly console exclusives. For example, happens something like between the two fan bases, like a Halo fan base and let's just say a Killzone fan base. Killzone guy can start putting negative scores on the Halo game, and then the Halo guy would do the same thing to a Killzone game. I never found that happen to the same series. That's not a thing. And I doubt very highly that Crisis Core and Final Fantasy Type O fans have beef with each other. And if they release it before the 7 remake, it would have been prime time for them. It would have been money in their pockets. Fans would have actually got to play this game, because a lot of fans did not get to play this game. People who play Final Fantasy VII did not get to play this game. There's some people who don't buy portable console, and this game was exclusive for PSP. In my opinion, that was kind of a bad move, but it is what it is. Honestly, I enjoyed it, and I do think it was a good game. And it was actually kind of smart, but I'm just saying it was bad because of the fact that it was exclusive for PSP. Now they should have made something for PlayStation 3, maybe a remastered, but they never did that. And I was kind of always thought they would. And now I think it would have been the perfect time to make a remaster for this game, because, you know, the new Final Fantasy coming out. So you think you would try to get the prequel out, get people on board to buy it, and it will make you money. So it's not like it's not going to sell well. This game would definitely sell very well on PlayStation 4. It feels like a missed opportunity. Definitely with the delay, it would actually have been perfect timing for this game to actually fill that spot. And like I said, I think they should have tried to probably get it out 3 to 2, not 2, maybe 3 to 4 months prior. But, you know, if the game got delayed, it wouldn't be so bad. Honestly, because I know you guys might be wondering, what do I think about the game being delayed? I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you were a Final Fantasy fan, I'm like a big Final Fantasy fan, a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I expected it to get delayed. I'm not surprised in the least. You know, it's like their annual tradition. If they have a game coming out, it needs a little delay on there before they can get it out to you. Probably even if the game is finished, they probably would say, you know what, let's just delay it for like a month or so, just to do it, because we can't release a game without it being delayed. So I'm not surprised in the least. We all seen what happened with 15, or quote unquote 13 Versus. It got delayed so much that it got a name change. And I'm sure the one they make after this is going to probably get delayed, because that's just what they do. They're good at delaying their games. As they're concerned, you should like the delay, you should appreciate it, you should want it. And I got one thing to tell you. If you're a new Final Fantasy fan, welcome to Delayed Fantasy, where we sit and wait for our games to come out. In all seriousness, I would say that I don't mind delays at all. As long as it helps them complete the game, I'm fine with it. Now back to the topic at hand. I don't get why they don't remaster this game for the PlayStation 4, because they kind of seem like they act like they don't have the rights to this game, because they remastered every Final Fantasy, basically every Final Fantasy. I think actually almost it might be every Final Fantasy, but they remastered just about all of them, and they remastered even Type O, but they don't remaster Crisis Core. And I'm like, Crisis Core, in my opinion, is like one of the top 5 best Final Fantasy games. I can't really say which order it would be in. I would kind of have to play all the Final Fantasy games, or all my favorite ones, and then actually choose. But of course, 7 is instantly on top, number 1. And after that, you know, I'll have to actually play through a few of the games to see which one I would probably put at 2 to 3 and 4. But in a general sense, I think Crisis Core was a spectacular game, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, the ones who have played it. and it deserves a remaster. Even if it doesn't get one now, I think it still should get one later, maybe after this. It shouldn't take the whole Square Enix team to make a remaster for this game. I don't understand why it's not happening. They kind of treat it like it's a side game that nobody cared about, that did very horribly, or something like that. I don't know. It's just weird. I find it so weird. It's just such a letdown. It's a shame, honestly. I think it's a shame that they don't remaster this game. You remaster other Final Fantasy games that are not as good, and not saying that they don't need to be remastered or they shouldn't be remastered. But I'm saying you can remaster other ones that aren't as good, that didn't sell as well, but you can't remaster a good one that sold well, that did well, and that people loved. Honestly, it is pretty disappointing that they won't just go and remaster it. But that is it for my video. Comment down below. I really want to know, what do you guys think? Would you buy a remastered version of this game? I know if you weren't interested or you never really thought about it, like now, if they remastered it, would you buy it? And let's just say, hypothetically, if they released it on every console, because you might play on a different platform. So if you play on Nintendo or Xbox or whatever you play on, if they released it and it was for that platform, would you buy a remastered version of this game? With that being said, don't forget to power by hitting the like button, subscribe to join the guild, and as always, my boys and girls, have a good one and game over.